So hello, I would like to welcome you in my new video. This video is going to be about motivation and building good habits. Also, if you're new here, you can subscribe to my channel. I post topics from self-help and improving your life on daily basis, different topics from this area. And so now straight into the video. Building good habits and developing your motivation to do things and changing things in your life. I think this is really important to know how to do this properly, because it's gonna happen in your life many times that you're gonna wanna improve something, but you're not gonna know how to do it, because it on one hand it seems that it's so easy, on the other hand it seems that it's so difficult. And so what I see people doing is basically this strategy, which I call going from 0 to 100. What it means basically is that these people, they usually, these are the kind of people who are able to smoke 50 cigarettes in one day, and then the next day they're going to tell themselves, okay, now I quit, and they just, they stop smoking altogether, and they go basically from smoking 50 cigarettes a day to smoking no cigarettes in a day. Although I read stories about people like this, that it's actually possible to do it, I never ever in my entire life met anybody who would be able to do this. Yes, I see people try this over and over again and hitting their head against the wall again and again, and like going from 0 to 100 and then failing terribly and then trying again. This happens with nutrition, especially with nutrition, because nutrition is kind of tricky. It's very difficult to develop any good habits in this area, because the food which you shouldn't eat is like everywhere. And so this first strategy, in my opinion, is not very successful. Actually, it's not successful at all. You can spend decades trying to do this over and over and over and over again and never succeed. And what's going to happen while you're trying this strategy is that you're going to suffer a lot. You're probably not going to maintain your good habit. You're going to fall again and again and again. You're going to get up and fall again and get up and fall again. And there's basically, well, with nutrition there's going to be this yo-yo effect, so which is going to result in you being constantly on a diet and yet still being constantly overweight. I really don't want this to be happening to you. I really want you to help you to develop better habits. And so I have this second strategy for you, which I call phasing out bad habits and phasing in good habits. What does this mean practically? It means that you approach change in a gradual way. I will give you a specific example, because maybe you can't fully understand what I mean. It's better if I show you this one example which I came up with. And this is an example of a person. This is elaborate example. Don't take this as this is from a real life. This is just an example which is really simple, and I can show you how this works. So basically, you have this person who's going to McDonald's every day after work to eat, and they always order hamburger, big fries, and a liter of Coke. And this is basically what they're eating every day after work. And suddenly this person, if they would implement the first strategy which I described to you, they would go from 0 to 100, from having bad habits to trying to have amazing habits. And they would be like, oh, this day I'm gonna go to McDonald's, but tomorrow I'm gonna eat a salad and I'm gonna drink water, and that's it. This is what's called going from 0 to 100. This person is just gonna fall off this. They're maybe gonna do it once or twice, but then they're gonna fall off this diet and they're gonna go straight back to McDonald's. With my strategy, it's not my strategy, but I apply this strategy, so I tend to think about it as this is the way how I implement every single one of my good habits in my life. And this strategy would go something like this. One day you go to McDonald's and you order these things that I described to you, and then the next day you would start building these good habits. So you would go to McDonald's again, but instead of ordering hamburger, big fries and Coke, liter of Coke, you would order hamburger, small fries, salad and liter of Coke. You would sit down to your table. First you would eat the salad, because that's going to be the most difficult one for you to eat. But Also not as much, because you're gonna have all these better tasting foods in front of you, so you can look forward to it. So first you eat a salad, and then you eat the rest of your McDonald's menu, which is Coke, fries and hamburger. And you're gonna do it like this for the next month. I would say it's enough if you do it for 21 days, because that's how long it takes to build a habit and establish a habit. But I would tell you, do it a month. It's just easier to remember, and do it a month. And after a month, which you implement this, you go again to McDonald's and you make another step, another change. You basically go and you order, instead of hamburger, small fries, salad and liter of Coke, you would order hamburger, small fries, salad, half a liter of Coke and half a liter of water. And then you would sit down in your table, you would eat your salad and drink your water first, and then you would eat the rest of your McDonald's menu. And you would do it like this for the next month. And then after 2 months, basically what you did with this strategy is that you basically did 4 major things. You increased the amount of vegetables you're eating. You decreased the amount of fries you're eating. You increased the amount of clear water which you're drinking. And you decreased the amount of Coke which you're drinking. So these are 4 major things that you achieved in just 2 months. And it wasn't even painful for you. You didn't suffer, it wasn't painful, it was even enjoyable, because you got to still be eating the foods which you enjoy. And you basically made yourself feel really powerful, because you are able to change yourself steadily. And you build this good base, on solid base, on which you can build furthermore. Now, I know that what I described here, it's really like, maybe you're gonna tell me this is really unhealthy, like all together, and I know I don't even go to McDonald's, but this is a simple example on which I could have described this approach. I don't know what your nutrition habits are. This is just description of this one simple example. And so it's taken out of context. You can take it as some kind of nutrition recommendations. It's not like that. It's just a simple example of what it might look like and how you practically do it. I don't know what you're eating and how you're eating, so this is just an example. So please take it like this. This is no nutrition recommendation. This is example of how you can implement this strategy. And this strategy you can implement with anything. You can implement it with exercise, you can implement it with studying, work and other things. The core of this strategy is that you are making smaller changes than what you think is possible. So instead of changing your diet from 0 to 100, from going to be fully dependent on McDonald's and then eating only vegetables the next day, not that I think that eating only vegetables is beneficial, I don't think that at all. I'm just saying this is just this shift. And because you need to have like more variety of foods, that's what I'm saying. But I saw a lot of people who would go like this. They would go from wall to wall. They would hit their heads repeatedly. You want to implement it gradually, that's what I'm saying. And so you're making smaller changes than what you think is possible. Maybe this person thought it would be possible if I ate just salad. But still they went and they ate all these things from McDonald's. And this is good for you, because you will slowly prepare yourself for this gradual change. And you will adapt yourself. You will build a solid base on which you can build furthermore. And change your habits slowly and gradually to your final destination, which is whatever diet you, whatever lifestyle you want to pursue. And so this is this example. I will give you example from my life, so that you can have another example. Right now I'm making videos on YouTube, and if you noticed my older videos, then some of them are like over half an hour long. And what I noticed in my YouTube analytics, I noticed that people come and they watch like 5 minutes of these videos. And I was like, well, if I managed to make shorter videos, if I managed to make videos that last like 5 minutes, then people would be able to watch the entire length of the video and get the entire message which I want to spread. But then I was like, well, if I really try to make 5 minutes long videos, that would put so much pressure on me. I would be so stressed out. I would feel like I have to cut a lot of stuff out, and I would feel like my message is not really spread in a way how I wanted it to be. And so I was like thinking to myself, okay, I will reduce my videos by half. I can totally make it in 15 minutes if I really try, and if I just, cut the crap and get to the point sooner, because it's totally possible. I don't have to talk for that long. Well, it depends on the topic. But so I'm trying this, and I can see on my display now that I'm over 10 minutes, and I know that I probably said everything which I thought was important. I'm trying to think now if I excluded something, but I don't think so. And so this is basically my message for you. Maybe one last point, which is really important. Maybe you're going to tell me that this strategy is so slow that it's going to take you ages before you achieve anything. And my response to that would be, no, this is actually the fast strategy, because if you do it like this, like I described to you, you will achieve your goals in much shorter time than you otherwise would if you kept repeating this unsuccessful strategy, the first strategy. Then you would be in this circle. You would try, you would fail, you would try, you would fail, and you would keep repeating this over like a decade, and you wouldn't still achieve that. This strategy which I described to you is not going to last you a decade. It's just going to be really fast, and you're not going to suffer as much, So I actually believe that the first strategy is the slow strategy, but it can be really deceiving to people, because they feel like by quickly changing their habits, they already achieved that and they are done. But it's not true, because your psychology needs to catch up with whatever you are doing, and it's just not healthy to make these violent sudden changes. And even if you manage to do it like this, I saw many people who managed to approach a diet in this way and change their habits in like half a year, but then you would see them after like 2 years and they would be back on their original weight because they just fell off. They didn't build their habits on a solid base. So please really keep this in mind and try to think about this in a long term rather than in a short term. And that's everything for me. If you have any questions whatsoever, I will be so happy to answer you. So don't hesitate to write me a comment. And also, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I post regularly from self-help, as I said, once a week, and so I will look forward to interacting with you about this topic. So that's everything from me. Have a nice now, and I will see you next time. Bye!